So, fair Hippolyta, our nuptial hour draws on apace. 4 happy days bring in another moon. But oh, methinks, how slow this old moon wanes.
4 days will quickly steep themselves in night. 4 nights will quickly dream away the time, and then the moon, like to a silver bow, new bent in heaven, shall behold the night of our solemnities.
Hippolyta, I wooed thee with my sword, and won thy love, doing thee injuries. But I will wed thee in another key, with pomp, with triumph, and with revelling.
Happy be Theseus, our renowned Duke.
Thanks, good Aegeus. What's the news with thee?
Full of vexation come I, with complaint against my child, my daughter Hermia. Stand forth, Demetrius. My noble lord, this man hath my consent to marry her. Stand forth, Lysander. And my gracious Duke, this man hath bewitched the bosom of my child. Thou, Lysander, thou hast given her rhymes and interchanged love tokens, my child. With cunning hast thou filched my daughter's heart, turned her obedience, which is due to me, to stubborn harshness. And, my gracious Duke, be it so she will not here before your grace consent to marry with Demetrius, I beg the ancient privilege of Athens. As she is mine, I may dispose of her, which shall either be to this gentleman or to her death.
What say you, Hermia? Be advised, fair maid, to you your father should be as a god. Demetrius is a worthy gentleman.
So is Lysander.
In himself he is, but in this kind, wanting your father's voice, the other must be held the worthier.
I would my father looked but with my eyes.
Rather your eyes must with his judgment look.
I do entreat your grace to pardon me. I know not by what power I am made bold, but I beseech your grace that I may know the worst that may befall me in this case, if I refuse to wed Demetrius.
Either to die the death, or to abjure for ever the society of men. Therefore, fair Hermia, question your desires. Know of your youth, examine well your blood, whether, if you yield not to your father's choice, you can endure the livery of a nun.
So will I grow, so live, so die, my lord, ere will my virgin patent up unto his lordship, whose unwished yoke my soul consents not to give sovereignty.
Take time to pause, and by the next new moon, the sealing day betwixt my love and me, for everlasting bond of fellowship, upon that day either prepare to die for disobedience to your father's will, or else to wed Demetrius, as you would, or on Diana's altar to protest for austerity and single life.
Relent, sweet Hermia, and Lysander, yield thy crazed title to my certain right.
You have her father's love, Demetrius. Let me have Hermia's. Do you marry him?
Scornful Lysander! Here true he hath my love, and what is mine my love shall render him, and she is mine, and all my right on her I do estate under Demetrius.
I am, my lord, as well derived as he, as well possessed. My love is more than his. My fortunes every way as fairly ranked, not with vantage as Demetrius, and which is more than all these boasts can be, I am beloved of beauteous Hermia. Why should not I then prosecute my rights? Demetrius, I'll avouch it to his head, made love to Nidar's daughter Helena, and won her soul, and she, sweet lady, devoutly dotes in idolatry upon this spotted and inconstant man.
I must confess that I've heard so much, and with Demetrius thought to have spoke thereof. But being overfull of self-affairs, my mind did lose it. But Demetrius, come, and come, Aegeus, you shall go with me. I have some private schooling for you both. For you, fair Hermia, look you arm yourself to fit your fancies to your father's will, or else the law of Athens yields you up, which by no means we may extenuate, to death, or to a vow of single life. Come, my Hippolyta.
With duty and desire we follow you.
How now, my love? Why is your cheek so pale? How chanced the roses there do fade so fast?
Like for want of rain, which I could well beteem them from the tempest of my eyes.
Ay me, for aught that ever I could read, could ever hear by tale or history, the course of true love never did run smooth.
If then true lovers have ever been crossed, it stands as an edict in destiny. Then let us teach our trial patience, because it is a customary cross, as due to love as thoughts and dreams and sighs.
A good persuasion, therefore hear me, Hermia. I have a widow aunt, a dowager of great revenue, and she hath no child. From Athens is her house remote 7 leagues, and she respects me as her only son. There, gentle Hermia, may I marry thee, and to that place the sharp Athenian law cannot pursue us. If thou lovest me then, steal forth thy father's house tomorrow night, and in the wood, a league without the town, where I did meet thee once with Helena, to do observance to a morn of May, there will I stay for thee.
My good Lysander, I swear to thee by Cupid's strongest bow, in that same place thou hast appointed me tomorrow, truly will I meet with thee.
Keep promise, love. Look, here comes Helena.
Godspeed, fair Helena. Whither away?
Call you me fair? That fair again unsay. Demetrius loves your fair. Oh, happy fair. Your eyes are lodestars, and your tongue sweet air more tunable than lark to shepherd's ear. Sickness is catching. Oh, were favour so, yours would I catch, fair Hermia, ere I go. My ear should catch your voice, my eye your eye. My tongue should catch your tongue's sweet melody. Were the world mine, Demetrius being baited, the rest I'd give to be to you translated. Oh, teach me how you look, and with what art you sway the motion of Demetrius's heart.
I frown upon him, yet he loves me still.
Oh, that your frowns would teach my smiles such skill.
The more I hate, the more he follows me.
The more I love, the more he hateth me.
His folly, Helena, is no fault of mine.
None but your beauty, would that fault were mine.
Take comfort, he shall no more see my face. Lysander and myself will fly this place.
Helen, to you our minds we will unfold. Tomorrow night, through Athens' gates have we devised to steal.
And in the wood, where often you and I upon faint primrose beds were wont to lie, emptying our bosoms of their counsel sweet, there my Lysander and myself shall meet, and thence from Athens turn away our eyes to seek new friends and stranger companies. Farewell, sweet playfellow. Pray thou for us, and good luck grant thee thy Demetrius. Keep word, Lysander, we must starve our sight from lovers' food till morrow deep midnight.
I will, my Hermia. Helena, adieu. As you on him, Demetrius dote on you.
How happy some o'er others some can be. Through Athens I am thought as fair as she. But what of that? Demetrius thinks not so. He will not know what all but he do know. Love looks not with the eyes, but with the mind, and therefore is winged Cupid painted blind. For ere Demetrius looked on Hermia's eyne, he hailed down oaths that he was only mine. And when this hail some heat from Hermia felt, so he dissolved, and showers of oaths did melt. I will go tell him of fair Hermia's flight. Then to the wood will he tomorrow night pursue her, and for this intelligence, if I have thanks, it is a dear expense. But herein mean I to enrich my pain, to have his sight thither and back again.
Is all our company here?
You best call 'em, generally, man by man, according to the script.
Here is the scroll of every man's name, which is thought fit through all Athens to play in our interlude before the Duke and the Duchess.
First, good Mistress Quince, say what the play treats on. Then read the names of the actors, and so grow to a point.
Mary, our play is the most lamentable comedy and most cruel death of Pyramus and Thisbe.
Oh, a very good piece of work, I assure you. Anna Mary. Now, good Mistress Quince, call forth your actors by the scroll.
Answer as I call you. Nick Bottom the Weaver.
Ready. Name what part I am for, and proceed.
You, Nick Bottom, I'll set down for Pyramus.
What is Pyramus? A lover or a tyrant?
A lover that kills himself, most gallant for love.
Oh, that will ask for some tears in the true performing of it. If I do it, let the audience look to their eyes. I will move storms. I will condole in some measure. To the rest, yeah, my chief humour is for a tyrant. Now name the rest of the players.
Francis Flute, the bellows mender.
Here, Mistress Quince.
Flute, you must take Thisbe on you.
What is Thisbe? A wandering knight?
It is the lady that Pyramus must love.
Nay, faith! Let me not play a woman. I have a beard coming.
Oh, that's all one. You shall play it in a mask, and you may speak as small as you will.
I may hide my face. Let me play Thisbe too. I'll speak in a monstrous little voice. Thisbe. Oh, Pyramus, lover dear, thy Thisbe dear, and lady dear.
No, you must play Pyramus, and Flute, you Thisbe. Now, Starveling the tailor.
Here, Mistress Quince.
Starveling, you must play Thisbe's mother. Snout the tinker.
Here, Mistress Quince.
You, Pyramus's father. Myself, Thisbe's father. Snug the joiner, you the lion's part. And, I hope, here is a play fitted.
Have you the lion's part written? Pray you, if it be, give it me. I am slow of study.
You may do it extempore, for it is nothing but roaring.
Oh, let me do the lion too. I will roar that it will do any man's heart good to hear. I will roar that it will make the Duke say, let him roar again.
You should do it too terribly. You would fright the Duchess and the ladies.
They would shriek.
Oh, and that were enough to hang us all.
Ooh.
Oh, I grant you, friends, if you should fright the ladies out the wits, well, they would have no more discretion but to hang us. But I will aggravate my voice, so they will roar as gently as any nightingale.
You can play no part but Pyramus, for Pyramus is a sweet-faced man, a proper man, as one shall see in a summer's day, a most lovely gentleman-like man. Therefore, you must needs play Pyramus.
Well, I'll undertake it. What beard were I best to play it in?
Why, what you will.
Oh, I will discharge it in either your straw-coloured beard, your tawny orange beard, your purple in the grey beard, or your French crown colour beard.
Masters, here are your parts, and I entreat you to con them by tomorrow night, and meet me in the palace wood a mile without the town, by moonlight. There we will rehearse, for if we meet in the city, we shall be dogged with company, and our devices known. I pray you, fail me not. At the Duke's Oak we meet.
How now, spirit? Whither wander you?
Over hill, over dale, through bush, through briar, over park, over pale, through flood, through fire, I do wander everywhere, swifter than the moon's sphere, and I serve the fairy queen, to do her orbs upon the green. Farewell, thou lob of spirits, I'll be gone. Our queen and all our elves come here anon.
The king doth keep his rebels here tonight. Take heed the queen come not within his sight. For Oberon is passing fell in wrath, because that she, as her attendant, hath a lovely boy, stolen from an Indian king. She never had so sweet a changeling, and jealous Oberon would have the child knight of his train to trace the forest wild. But she perforce withholds the loved boy, crowns him with flowers, and makes him all her joy. And now they never meet in grove or green, by fountain clear or spangled starlight sheen. But they do swear that all the elves for fear creep into acorn cups and hide them there.
Either I mistake your shape and making quite, or else you are that shrewd and knavish sprite called Robin Goodfellow. Are not you he?
Thou speakest aright. I am that merry wonder of the night. But room, fairy, here comes Oberon.
And here my mistress. Would that he were gone.
Ill met by moonlight, proud Titania.
What, jealous Oberon? Fairies, skip hence. I have forsworn his bed and company.
Don't tarry, rash wanton. Am I not thy lord?
Then I must be thy lady. Why art thou here, come from the farthest step of India? But that, forsooth, the bouncing Amazon, your buskined mistress and your warrior love, to Theseus must be wedded, and you come to give their bed joy and prosperity.
Oh, how canst thou thus for shame, Titania, glance at my credit with Hippolyta, knowing I know thy love to Theseus?
These are the forgeries of jealousy, and never since the middle summer spring met we on hill, in dale, forest, or mead, by paved fountain or by rushy brook, or in the beached margent of the sea, to dance our ringlets to the whistling wind. But with thy brawls thou hast disturbed our sport, and through this distemperature we see the seasons alter. Hoary-headed frosts far in the fresh lap of the crimson rose, and on old Hyam's thin and icy crown, an odorous chaplet of sweet summer buds is, as in mockery, set. The spring, the summer, the childing autumn, angry winter, change their wonted liveries, and the mazed world by their increase now not knows which is which. And this same progeny of evils comes from our debate, from our dissension. We are their parents and original.
Do you amend it, then? It lies in you. But why should Titania cross her Oberon? I do but beg a little changeling boy to be my henchman.
Set your heart at rest. The fairyland buys not the child of me. His mother was a votress of my order, and in the spiced Indian air by night, full often has she gossiped by my side. But she, being mortal, of that boy did die, and for her sake do I rear up her boy, and for her sake I will not part with him.
How long within this wood intend you stay?
Perchance till after Theseus's wedding day. If you will patiently dance in our round and see our moonlight revels, go with us. If not, shun me, and I will spare your haunts.
Give me that boy, and I will go with thee.
Not for thy fairy kingdom. Fairies, away! We shall chide downright if I longer stay.
Well, go thy way. Thou shalt not from this grove till I torment thee for this injury. My gentle Puck, come thither. Thou rememberest since once I sat upon a promontory, and heard a mermaid on a dolphin's back, uttering such dulcet and harmonious breath that the rude sea grew civil at her song, and certain stars shot madly from their spheres to hear the sea maid's music.
I remember.
That very time I saw, but thou couldst not, flying between the cold moon and the earth, Cupid, all armed. Marked I, where the bolt of Cupid fell, it fell upon a little western flower, before milk white, now purple with love's wound, and maidens call it love in idleness. Fetch me that flower, the herb I showed thee once. The juice of it on sleeping eyelids laid will make or man or woman madly dote upon the next live creature that it sees. Fetch me that herb, and be thou here again ere the Leviathan can swim a league.
I'll put a girdle around the earth in 14 minutes.
Having once this juice, I'll watch Titania when she is asleep, and drop the liquor of it in her eyes. The next thing then she waking looks upon, be it on lion, bear, or wolf, or bull, on a meddling monkey, or on busy ape, she shall pursue it with the soul of love. And ere I take this charm from off her sight, as I can take it with another herb, I'll make her render up her page to me.
Demetrius, stay!
Why dost thou persist in following me?
But who comes here? I am invisible, and I will overhear their conference.
I love thee not, therefore pursue me not. Where is Lysander and fair Hermia? The one I'll slay, the other slayeth me. Thou toldst me they were stolen unto this wood, and here am I, and woed within this wood, because I cannot meet my Hermia. Hence, get thee gone, and follow me no more.
You draw me, you hard-hearted adamant, but yet you draw not iron, for my heart is true as steel. Leave you your power to draw, and I shall have no power to follow you.
Do I entice you? Do I speak you fair? Or rather, do I not, in plainest truth, tell you, I do not, nor I cannot love you?
And even for that do I love you the more.
Tempt not too much the hatred of my spirit, for I am sick when I do look on thee.
And I am sick when I look not on you.
You do impeach your modesty too much, to leave the city and commit yourself into the hands of one that loves you not.
Your virtue is my privilege, for that it is not night when I do see your face. Therefore I think I am not in the night, nor doth this wood lack worlds of company, for you in my respect are all the world. Then how can it be said that I am alone when all the world is here to look on me?
I'll run from thee and hide me in the brakes, and leave thee to the mercy of wild beasts.
The wildeth hath not such a heart as you. Run when you will, the story shall be changed. Apollo flies, and Daphne holds the chase.
I will not stay thy questions. Let me go. Or if thou follow me, do not believe but I shall do thee mischief in the woods.
You do me mischief? Fie, Demetrius! Your wrongs do set a scandal on my sex. We cannot fight for love as men may do. We should be wooed and were not made to woo. I'll follow thee and make a heaven of hell, to die upon the hand I love so well.
Fare thee well, nymph. Ere he do leave this grove, thou shalt fly him, and he shall seek thy love. Hast thou the flower there?
Aye, there it is.
I pray thee, give it me. I know a bank where the wild thyme blows, where oxlips and the nodding violet grows, quite over-canopied with luscious woodbine, with sweet musk roses and with eglantine. There sleeps Titania some time of the night, lulled in these flowers with dances and delight. And with the juice of this I'll streak her eyes, and make her full of hateful fantasies. Take thou some of it, and seek through this grove. A sweet Athenian lady is in love with a disdainful youth. Anoint his eyes, but do it when the next thing he espies may be the lady. Thou shalt know the man by the Athenian garments he hath on. Effect it with some care, that he may prove more fond on her than she upon her love. And look thou meet me ere the first cock crow.
Fear not, my lord, your servant shall do so.
Come, now a roundel and a fairy song. Then, for the third part of a minute, hence, some to kill cankers in the musk rose buds, and some to keep back the clamorous owl that nightly hoots and wonders at our quaint spirits. Sing me now asleep, then to your offices, and let me rest.
away. Now all is well. One aloof stands sentinel.
What thou seest when thou dost wake, do it for thy true love. Take love and languish for his sake. Be it ounce or cat or bear, pard or boar with bristled hair, in thy eye that shall appear when thou wakest, it is thy dear. Wake when some vile thing is near.
Fair love, you faint with wandering in the wood, and to speak troth, I have forgot our way. We'll rest us, Hermia, if you think it good, and tarry for the comfort of the day.
Be it so, Lysander. Find you out of bed, for I upon this bank will rest my head.
One turf shall serve as pillow for us both. One heart, one bed, two bosoms, and one troth.
Nay, good Lysander, for my sake, my dear, lie further off yet. Do not lie so near. Oh, gentle friend, for love and courtesy, lie further off. In human modesty, such separation as well may be said becomes a virtuous bachelor and a maid. So far be distant, and good night, sweet friend. Thy love ne'er alter till thy sweet life end.
Amen. Amen. To that fair prayer say I, and then end life when I end loyalty. Here is my bed. Sleep give thee all his rest.
Through the forest I have gone, but Athenian found I none on whose eyes I might approve this flower's force in stirring love. Night and silence. Who is here? Weeds of Athens he doth wear. This is he, my master said, despised the Athenian maid. And here the maiden, sleeping sound, on the dank and dirty ground. Pretty soul, she durst not lie near this lack-love, this kill courtesy. Chill upon thy eyes I throw all the power this charm doth owe. When thou wakest, let love forbid sleep his seat on thy eyelid. So awake when I am gone, for I must now to Oberon.
Stay, though thou kill me, sweet Demetrius.
I charge thee, hence, and do not haunt me thus.
Oh, wilt thou, darkling, leave me? Do not so.
Stay, on thy peril, I alone will go.
Oh, I am out of breath in this fond chase. The more my prayer, the lesser is my grace. But who is here? Lysander? On the ground? Dead or asleep? I see no blood, no wound. Lysander, if you live, good sir, awake.
And run through fire will I for thy sweet sake. Transparent Helena, nature shows arts that through thy bosom makes me see thy heart. Where is Demetrius? Oh, how fit a word is that vile name to perish on my sword.
Do not say so, Lysander. Say not so, what though he love your Hermia? Lord, what though? Yet Hermia still loves you, then be content.
Content? With Hermia? No, I do repent the tedious minutes I with her have spent. Not Hermia, but Helena I love, who will not change a raven for a dove. The will of man is by his reason swayed, and reason says you are the worthier maid.
Wherefore was I to this keen mockery born? When at your hands did I deserve this scorn? Is it not enough, young man, that I did never know, nor never can deserve a sweet look from Demetrius's eye? But you must flout my insufficiency. Good troth you do me wrong, good sooth you do, in such disdainful manner me to woo. But fare you well. Perforce I must confess, I thought you lord of more true gentleness.
She sees not Hermia. Hermia, sleep thou there, and never mayest thou come Lysander near, so thou might surfeit in my heresy. Of all be hated but the most of me, and all my powers address your love and might to honour Helen and to be her knight.
Help me, Lysander! Help me! Do thy best to pluck this crawling serpent from my breast! Oh, me, for pity! What a dream was here! Lysander, look how I do quake with fear! Lysander? What? Removed? Lysander? Lord? What, out of hearing? Gone? No sound, no word? Alack, where are you? Speak, and if you hear, speak of all loves. I swoon almost with fear. No. Then I well perceive you are not nigh. Either death or you I'll find immediately.
Are we all met?
Here's a marvellous convenient place for our rehearsal. This green plot shall be our stage, this hawthorn brake our tiring house, and we will do it in action, as we will do it before the Duke.
Mistress Quince, there are things in this comedy of Pyramus and Thisbe that will never please. First, Pyramus must draw a sword to kill himself, which the ladies cannot abide.
Aye, I like it. Parlous fear.
I believe we must leave the killing out when all is done.
Not a whit. I have a device or make or will. Write me a prologue, and let the prologue seem to say, well, we will do no harm with our swords, and that Pyramus is not killed indeed. And for the better assurance, tell them that I, Pyramus, am not Pyramus, but Bottom the Weaver. This will put them out their fear.
Well, we will have such a prologue, and it shall be written in 8 and 6.
No, make it 2 more. Let it be written in 8 and 8.
Will not the ladies be afraid of the lion?
I fear it, I promise you.
Masters, you ought to consider with yourselves to bring in, God shield us, a lion among ladies is a most dreadful thing, for there is not a more fearful wildfowl than your lion living, and we ought to look to it.
Oh, therefore, another prologue must have that he is not a lion.
Nay, you must name his name, and half his face must be seen through the lion's neck. And he must speak, say, thus, or to the same defect. Fair ladies, I would wish you, or I would entreat you, not to fear. If you think I come hither as a lion, it were pity of my life. No, I'm no such thing. I am a man, and therefore let him tell them plainly, he is Snug the Joiner.
Well, it shall be so. But there are 2 hard things. That is, to bring the moonlight into a chamber. For you know, Pyramus and Thisbe meet by moonlight.
Doth the moon shine the night we play our play?
Oh, a calendar, look in the almanac.
Yes, it doth shine that night.
Why, then you may leave open a casement of the great chamber window, where we play, and the moon may shine in at the casement.
Aye. Or else one must come in with a bush of thorns and a lantern and say he comes to present the person of moonshine.
Then there is another thing. We must have a wall in the great chamber. For Pyramus and Thisbe, says the story, did talk through the chink of a wall.
You can never bring in a wall.
Oh, well then some man or other must present wall. Let him have some rough cast about him to signify wall, and let him hold his finger and thumb to form a cranny. and through that cranny shall Pyramus and Thisbe whisper.
If that may be, then all is well. Come, sit down and rehearse your parts. Pyramus, you begin. When you have spoken your speech, enter into that break, and so everyone according to his cue.
What hempen homespuns have we swaggering here, so near the cradle of the fairy queen? What, a plate award? I'll be an auditor, an actor too, perhaps, if I see cause.
Speak, Pyramus. Thisbe, stand forth.
Thisbe, the flowers of Odious savours sweet.
Odours, odours.
Odours savours sweet, so hath thy breath, my dearest Thisbe dear. But hark, a voice! Stay thou but a while, and by I will to thee appear.
A stranger Pyramus than e'er played here.
Must I speak now?
Aye, marry must you. For you must understand, he goes but to see a noise that he heard, and is to come again.
Oh, most radiant Pyramus, most lily white of hue, of colour like the red rose of triumphant briar, as true as horse, that yet would never tire. I'll meet thee, Pyramus, at Ninny's tomb.
Ninny's tomb, man. Wait, you must not speak that yet. That you answer to Pyramus. You speak all your part at once, cues and all. Pyramus, enter. Your cue is past. It is never tire.
Oh, as true as horse, that yet would never tire.
If I were fair Thisbe, I would only die.
We're haunted.
Pray masters, fly masters, help!
Why'd they run away? This is a knavery of them to make me afeard.
Oh, but thou art changed. What do I see on thee?
What do you see? You see an asshole of your own, do you?
Oh, bless thee, Bottom, bless thee. Thou art translated.
I see their knavery. This is to make an ass of me, to frighten me if they could. But I will not stir from this place. I will walk up and down here, and I will sing, that they shall hear I am not afraid.
What angel wakes me from my flower? Thee, gentle mortal, sing again. Mine ear is much enamoured of thy note. So is mine eye enthralled to thy shape. And thy fair virtue's force perforce doth move me on the first view to say, to swear, I love thee.
Methinks, mistress, you should have little reason for that. And yet, to say the truth, reason and love keep little company nowadays. The more pity that some honest neighbours will not make them friends.
Thou art as wise as thou art beautiful.
Not so neither. But if I had wit enough to get out this wood, I'd have enough to serve mine own term.
Out of this wood do not desire to go. Thou shalt remain here, whether thou wilt or no. I am a spirit of no common rate. The summer still doth tend upon my state, and I do love thee. Therefore, go with me. I'll give thee fairies to attend on thee, and they shall fetch thee jewels from the deep, and sing while thou on pressed flowers dost sleep. And I will purge thy mortal grossness so that thou shalt like an airy spirit go.
Ready? Where shall we go?
Be kind and courteous to this gentleman. Hop in his walks and gambol in his eyes. Feed him with apricots and dewberries, with purple grapes, green figs, and mulberries.
Hail, mortal?
Come, wait upon him, lead him to my bower, tie up my love's tongue, bring him silently.
I wonder if Titania be awaked. Then what it was that next came in her eye, which she must dote on in extremity. Oh, how now, mad spirit? What night rule now about this haunted grove?
My mistress with a monster is in love, near to her close and consecrated bower. While she was in her dull and sleeping hour, a crew of patches, rude mechanicals that work for bread upon Athenian stalls, were met together to rehearse a play intended for great Theseus's nuptial day. The shallowest thick skin of that barren sort who Pyramus presented in their sport forsook his scene and entered in a break when I did him at this advantage take. An ass's knoll I fixed on his head, anon his Thisbe must be answered, and forth my mimic comes. When they him spy, at his sight away his fellows fly. I led them on in this distracted fear, and left sweet Pyramus translated there. When in that moment so it came to pass, Titania awaked and straightway loved an ass.
Oh, this falls out better than I could devise. But hast thou yet latched the Athenian's eyes with the love juice, as I did bid thee do?
I took him sleeping, that is finished too, and the Athenian woman by his side, that when he waked, of course she must be eyed.
Oh, stand close. This is the same Athenian.
This is the woman, but not this the man.
Oh, why rebuke you him that loves you so? Lay breath so bitter on your bitter foe.
Now I but chide, but I should use thee worse, for thou, I fear, hast given me cause to curse. If thou hast slain Lysander in his sleep, the sun was not so true unto the day as he to me. Would he have stolen away? It cannot be but thou hast murdered him. So should a murderer look, so dead, so grim.
So should the murdered look, and so should I, pierced through the heart with your stern cruelty.
What's this to my Lysander? Where is he? Good Demetrius, wilt thou give him me?
I'd rather give his carcass to my hounds.
Out, dog, out, cur. Thou drivest me past the bounds of maiden patience. Hast thou slain him then? Henceforth be never numbered among men. Oh, true, tell true, even for my sake. Dost thou have looked upon him being awake, and hast thou killed him sleeping?
You spend your passion on a misprized mood. I am not guilty of Lysander's blood, nor is he dead for aught that I can tell.
I pray thee, tell me then that he is well.
And if I could, what should I get therefore?
A privilege never to see me more, and from thy hated presence part I so. See me no more, whether he be dead or no.
There is no following her in this fierce vein. Here, therefore, for a while I will remain.
What hast thou done? Thou hast mistaken quite, and laid the love juice on some true love's sight. Of thy misprision must perforce ensue some true love turned, and not a false turned true. About the wood go swifter than the wind, and Helena of Athens look thou find. All fancy sick she is, and pale of cheer, with sighs of love that cost the fresh blood dear. By some illusion see thou bring her here, I'll charm his eyes against she do appear.
I go, I go.
Flower of this purple dye, hit with Cupid's archery, sink in apple of his eye. When his love he doth espy, let her shine as gloriously as the Venus of the sky.
Captain of our fairy band, Helena is here at hand, and the youth mistook by me, pleading for a lover's fee. Shall we their fond pageant see, Lord? What fools these mortals be!
Stand aside. The noise they make will cause Demetrius to awake.
Why should you think that I should woo in scorn? Scorn and derision never come in tears. Look, when I vow, I weep, and vows so born in their nativity all truth appears. How can these things in me seem scorn to you, bearing the badge of faith to prove them true?
You do advance your cunning more and more. When truth kills truth, oh, devilish holy fray! These vows are Hermia's. Will you give her o'er? Weigh oath with oath, and you will nothing weigh. Your vows to her and me, put into scales, will even weigh, and both as light as tails.
I had no judgment when to her I swore.
Nor none in my mind, now you give her o'er.
Demetrius loves her, and he loves not you.
Oh, Helena, goddess, nymph, perfect, divine, to what, my love, shall I compare thine eyne? Crystal is muddy. Oh, how ripe in show thy lips, those kissing cherries tempting grow. That pure congealed white, high Taurus snow, fanned with the eastern wind, turns to a crow when thou hold'st up thy hand. Oh, let me kiss this princess of pure white, this seal of bliss.
Oh, spite! Oh, hell! I see you are all bent to set against me for your merriment. If you were civil and knew courtesy, you would not do me thus much injury. Can you not hate me, as I know you do? But you must join in souls to mock me too? If you were men, as men you are in show, you would not use a gentle lady so.
You are unkind, Demetrius. Be not so, for you love Hermia. This you know, I know, and here, with all goodwill, with all my heart, in Hermia's love I yield you up my parts, and yours of Helena to me bequeath, whom I do love and will do till my death.
Never did mockers waste more idle breath.
Lysander, keep thy Hermia. I will none. If e'er I loved her, all that love is gone. My heart to her but as guest-wise sojourned, and now to Helen is it home returned, there to remain.
Helen, it is not so.
Disparage not the faith thou dost not know, lest to thy peril thou abide it dear. Look, where thy love comes, yonder is thy dear.
Dark night, from that eye his function takes, the ear more quick of apprehension makes. Thou art not by my eye, Lysander, found. Mine ear, I thank it, brought me to thy sound. But why unkindly didst thou leave me so?
Why should he stay whom love doth press to go?
What love could press Lysander from my side?
Lysander's love that would not let him bide fair Helena, who more engilds the night than all you fiery O's and eyes of light. Why seekest thou me? Could not this make thee know the hate I bear thee made me leave thee so?
You speak not as you think. It cannot be.
Lo, she is one of this confederacy. Now I perceive they have conjoined all three to fashion this false sport, in spite of me. Injurious Hermia, most ungrateful maid, have you conspired, have you with these contrived to bait me with this foul derision? Is all the counsel that we two have shared, the sisters' vows, the hours that we have spent, when we have chid the hasty-footed time for parting us, oh, is it all forgot? And will you rent our ancient love asunder, to join with men in scorning your poor friend?
I am amazed at your passionate words. I scorn you not. It seems that you scorn me.
Have you not set Lysander, as in scorn, to follow me and praise my eyes and face, and made your other love, Demetrius, who even but now did spurn me with his foot, to call me goddess, nymph, divine and rare, precious, celestial? Wherefore speaks he this to her he hates? And wherefore doth Lysander deny your love, so rich within his soul, and tender me forsooth affection, but by your setting on, by your consent?
I understand not what you mean by this.
I do. Persever, counterfeit sad looks, make mouths upon me when I turn my back, wink at each other, hold the sweet jest up. This sport well carried shall be chronicled. If you have any pity, grace, or manners, you would not make me such an argument.
Stay, gentle Helena, hear my excuse. My love, my life, my soul, fair Helena.
Oh, excellent.
Sweet, do not scorn her so.
If she cannot entreat, I can compel.
Thou canst compel no more than she entreats. Thy threats have no more strength than her weak prayers. Helen, I love thee, by my life I do. I swear by that I will lose for thee, to prove him false that says I love thee not.
I say I love thee more than he can do.
If thou say so, withdraw and prove it too.
Quick, come.
Lysander, where do you tend all this?
Hang off, thou cat, thou burr, vile thing let loose.
Why are you grown so rude? What change is this? Oh, sweet love.
Thy love, out, loathed medicine, hated potion, hence.
Do you not jest?
Yes, sooth, and so do you.
Demetrius, I will keep my word with thee.
I would I had your bond, for I perceive a weak bond holds you. I'll not trust your word.
What? Should I strike her? Hurt her? Kill her dead? Although I hate her, I'll not harm her so.
What? Can you do me greater harm than hate? Hate me. Wherefore me? What news, my love? Am I not Hermia? Are you not Lysander?
Aye, by my life, I never did desire to see thee more. Therefore, be out of hope, of question, of doubts. Be certain, nothing truer, 'tis no jest, that I do hate thee and love Helena.
Oh me, you juggler, you canker blossom, you thief of love. What, have you come by night and stolen my love's heart from him?
Finer faith, have you no modesty, no maiden shame, no touch of bashfulness? What, will you tear impatient answers from my gentle tongue? Fie, you counterfeit, you puppet, you!
Puppet? Why so? Aye, that way goes the game. Now I perceive that she hath made compare between our statures. She hath urged her height, and with her personage, her tall personage, her height, forsooth, she hath prevailed with him. And are you grown so high in his esteem because I am so dwarfish and so low? How low am I, thou painted maypole? Speak, how low am I? I am not yet so low that my nails cannot reach unto thine eyes.
I pray you, though you mock me, gentlemen, let her not hurt me. I was never cursed. I have no gift at all in shrewishness. I am a right maid for my cowardice. Let her not strike me. You may perhaps think, because she is something lower than myself, that I can match her.
Hark again.
Good Hermia, do not be so bitter with me. I evermore did love you, Hermia, did ever keep your counsels, never wronged you. Save that, in love unto Demetrius, I told him of your stealth unto this wood. He followed you, for love I followed him, but he hath chid me hence and threatened me, to strike me, spurn me, nay, to kill me too. And now, so you will let me quiet go. To Athens will I bear my folly back, and follow you no further. Let me go. You see how simple and how fond I am.
Why get you gone? Who is that hinders you?
A foolish heart that I leave here behind.
What? With Lysander?
With Demetrius.
Be not afraid, she shall not harm thee, Helena.
No, sir, she shall not, though you take her part.
Oh, when she's angry, she is keen and shrewd. She was a vixen when she went to school, and though she be but little, she is fierce.
Little again. Nothing but low and little. Why will you suffer her to flout me thus?
Oh, get you gone, you dwarf.
You are too officious in her behalf that scorns your services. Let her alone. Speak not of Helena. Take not her part. For if thou dost intend never so little show of love to her, thou shalt abide it.
Oh, now follow if thou darest to try whose right of thine or mine is most in Helena.
Follow? Nay, I'll go with thee, cheek by jowl.
You, mistress, all this coil is long of you. Nay, go not back.
I will not trust you. I nor longer stay in your cursed company. Your hands than mine are quicker for a fray. My legs are longer, though. To run away.
I am amazed and know not what to say.
This is thy negligence, still thou mistakest, or else commits thy knaveries wilfully.
Believe me, King of Shadows, I mistook. Did not you tell me I should know the man by the Athenian garments he had on?
Thou seest these lovers seek a place to fight. High, therefore, Robin, overcast the night, and lead these testy rivals so astray, as one come not within another's way. Like to Lysander, sometime frame thy tongue, then stir Demetrius up with bitter wrong. And sometime rail thou like Demetrius, and from each other look thou lead them thus, till o'er their brows death counterfeiting sleep, with leaden legs and batty wings doth creep. Then crush this herb into Lysander's eye.
Lysander.
Whose liquor hath this virtuous property, to take from thence all error with his might, and to make his eyeballs a roll with wonted sight. When they next awake, all this derision shall seem a dream and fruitless vision, and back to Athens shall the lovers wend, with league whose date till death shall never end. Whiles I in this affair do thee employ, I'll to my queen and beg her Indian boy, and then I will her charmed eye release from monsters' view, and all things shall be peace.
My fairy lord, this must be done with haste, for night-swift dragons cut the clouds full fast, and yonder shines Aurora's harbinger.
But we are spirits of another sort. I with the morning's love have oft made sport, and like a forester the groves may tread, even till the eastern gate all fiery red, opening on Neptune with fair blessed beams, turns into yellow gold his salt green streams. But notwithstanding, haste.
Where art thou, proud Demetrius? Speak thou now.
Here, villain, drawn and ready. Where art thou?
I'll be with thee straight.
Follow me then to plainer ground.
Lysander, speak again. Thou runaway, thou coward, art thou fled? Speak. In some bush, where dost thou hide thy head?
Thou coward, art thou bragging to the stars, telling the bushes that thou look'st for wars, and wilt not come? Come, recreant, come thou child.
Yea, art thou there?
Follow my voice. We'll try no manhood here.
He goes before me and still dares me on. When I come where he calls, then he is gone. The villain is much lighter heeled than I. I followed fast, but faster did he fly than fallen. Am I in dark, uneven way, and here will rest me.
Coward, why comest thou not?
Where art thou now?
Come hither, I am here.
Nay, then, thou mock'st me. Thou shalt buy this dear, if ever I thy face by daylight see. Now, go thy way. Faintness constraineth me to measure out my length on this cold bed. By day's approach, look to be visited.
O weary night, O long and tedious night, abate thy hour. Shine comforts for Athens by daylight, from these that my poor company detest. And sleep, that sometimes shuts up sorrow's eye, steal me a while from mine own company.
Yet but 3. Come one more. 2 of both kinds make up 4.
Never so weary, never so in woe, bedabbled with the dew and torn with briars, I can no further crawl, no further go. My legs can keep no pace with my desires. Here will I rest me till the break of day. Heavens shield Lysander if they mean a fray.
On the ground, sleep sound. I'll apply to your eye gentle lover remedy. When thou wakest, thou takest true delight in the sight of thy former lady's eye, and the country proverb known, that every man should take his own, in your waking shall be shown. Jack shall have Jill, naught shall go ill.
Come, sit thee down upon this flowery bed, while I thy amiable cheeks do coy, and stick musk roses in thy sleek smooth head, and kiss thy fair large ears, my gentle joy. Say, sweet love, what thou desirest to eat.
I have a great desire for a bottle of hay. Good hay, sweet hay, hath no fellow.
I have a venturous fairy that shall seek the squirrel's hoard.
I had rather have a handful of or 2 of dried peas. Buy, pray you. Let none of your people stir me. I have an exposition of sleep come upon me.
Sleep thou, and I will wind thee in my arms. Fairies, be gone, and be always away. So doth the woodbine the sweet honeysuckle gently entwist, the female ivy so enrings the barky fingers of the elm. Oh, how I love thee, how I dote on thee.
Welcome, good Robin. Seest thou this sweet sight? Her dotage now I do begin to pity, for meeting her of late behind the wood, seeking sweet favours from this hateful fool, I did upbraid her and fall out with her, for she his tarry temples then had rounded with a coronet of fresh and fragrant flowers, when I had at my pleasure taunted her, and she in mild terms begged my patience. I then did ask of her her changeling child, which straight she gave me, and her fairy sent to bear him to my bower in fairyland. And now I have the boy, I will undo this hateful imperfection of her eyes. And, gentle Puck, take this transformed scalp from off the head of this Athenian swain, that he awaking when the other do, may all to Athens back again repair, and think no more of this night's accidents, but as the fierce vexation of a dream. But first I will release the fairy queen. Be as thou was wont to be, see as thou was wont to see. Dian's bud o'er Cupid's flower hath such force and blessed power. Now, my Titania, wake you, my sweet queen.
My Oberon, what visions have I seen? Methought I was enamoured of an ass.
There lies your love.
How came these things to pass? Oh, how mine eyes do loathe his visage now.
Yet silence a while. Robin, take off this head.
Now, when thou awakest, with thine own fool's eyes peep.
Come, my queen, take hands with me, and rock the ground whereon these sleepers be.
Fairy king attendant Mark, I do hear the morning lark.
Come, my lord, and in our flight, tell me how it came this night that I, sleeping here, was found with these mortals on the ground.
Go, one of you, find out the forester, for now our observation is performed, and since we have the voward of the day, my love shall hear the music of my hounds.
I was with Hercules and Cadmus once, when in a wood of Crete they bayed the bear with hounds of Sparta. Never did I hear such gallant chiding. Oh, but soft! What nymphs are these?
My lord, this is my daughter here asleep. And this Lysander, this Demetrius is. This Helena, oh, Nidar's Helena. I wonder if they're being together.
No doubt they rose up early to observe the rite of May, and hearing our intent, came here in grace of our solemnity. But speak, Aegeus, is not this the day that Hermia should give answer of her choice?
It is, my lord.
Go, bid the huntsmen wake them with their horns.
Good morrow, friends.
St. Valentine is past. Begin these wood birds but to couple now?
Pardon, my lord.
I pray you all, stand up. I know you two are rival enemies. Where comes this gentle concord in the world?
My lord, I shall reply amazedly, half asleep, half waking, but as yet I swear I cannot truly say how I came here. But as I think, but truly would I speak, and now do I bethink me, so it is. I came with Hermia hither. Our intent was to be gone from Athens where we might, without the peril of the Athenian law.
Enough, enough! My lord, you have enough. I beg the law upon his head. They would have stolen away. They would, Demetrius, thereby have defeated you and me. You of your wife, and me of my consent. Of my consent that she should be your wife.
My lord, fair Helen told me of their stealth, of their purpose hither to this wood, and I in fury hither followed them, fair Helena in fancy following me. But, my good lord, I wot not by what power, but by some power it is. My love to Hermia melted as the snow, and all the faith, the virtue of my heart, the object and the pleasure of mine eye, is only Helena.
Fair lovers, you are fortunately met. Of this discourse we will hear more anon. Aegeus, I will obey your will, for in a temple by and by with us, these couples shall eternally be knit. Away with us to Athens, 3 and 3. We'll hold a feast in great solemnity.
Are you sure that we are awake? It seems to me that yet we sleep. We dream? Do not you think the Duke was here and bid us follow him?
Yea, and my father.
And Hippolyta?
He did bid us follow to the temple.
Why, then we are awake. Let's follow him. And by the way, let us recount our dreams.
When my cue comes, call me, and I will answer. My next is most fair Pyramus. Hey-ho! Quince. Flute. Snout. Starveling. God's my life, stolen hence and left me asleep. Oh, I have had a most rare vision. I have had a dream. Past the wit of man to say what dream it was. Man is but an ass, if he were to go on about to expound this dream. Methought I was... Oh, there's no man can tell what. Methought I was... Oh, and I had... Oh, but man is but a patched fool, if he to offer to say what methought I had. Oh, the eye of man hath not heard, the ear hath not seen. Man's hand is not able to taste, his tongue to conceive, nor his heart to report what my dream was. I will get Mistress Quince to write a ballad of this dream. It shall be called Bottom's Dream, because it hath no bottom.
Have you sent to Bottom's house? Is he come home yet?
He cannot be heard of. Out of doubt he is transported.
If he come not, then the play is mad. It goes not forward, doth it?
'Tis not possible. You have not a man in all Athens able to discharge Pyramus but he.
No, he hath simply the best wit of any handicraft man in Athens.
Masters, the Duke is coming from the temple.
There is 2 or 3 lords and ladies more married.
If our sport had gone forward, we'd all been made men.
These lads, where are these arts?
Bottom, oh, most courageous day.
Almost happy hour.
Masters, I am to discourse wonders. But ask me not what, for if I am to tell you, I am no true Athenian. Oh, I'll tell you everything, right as it fell out.
Does here, sweet Bottom?
Oh, not a word from me. All I will tell you is that the Duke hath dined. Get your apparel together, good strings to your beards, new ribbons to your pumps. Meet presently at the palace. Every man look o'er his part, for the short and long is our play is preferred. In any case, most dear actors, eat no onions nor garlic, for we are to utter sweet breath. And I do not doubt but to hear them say, it is a sweet comedy. No more words, away!
Strange, my Theseus, that these lovers speak of.
More strange than true. I never may believe these antique fables or these fairy toys. Lovers and madmen have such seething brains, such shaping fantasies, that apprehend more than cool reason ever comprehends.
But all the story of the night told over, and all their minds transfigured so together, more witnesseth than fancy's images, and grows to something of great constancy, but howsoever strange and admirable.
Here come the lovers, full of joy and mirth.
Joy, gentle friends, joy and fresh days of love accompany your hearts.
Come now, what masks, what dances shall we have to wear away this long age of 3 hours between our after supper and bedtime? Where is our usual manager of mirth? What revels in hand? Is there no play to ease the anguish of a torturing hour? Philostrate?
Here, mighty Theseus.
Say, what abridgment have you for this evening? How shall we beguile the lazy time, if not with some delight?
There is a brief how many sports are ripe. Make choice of which your highness will see.
The battle with the centaurs, to be sung by an Athenian eunuch to the harp. No, well, none of that. The riot of the tipsy bacchanals tearing the Thracian singer in their rage. That's an old device. It was played when I from Thebes came last a conqueror. The thrice three muses mourning for the death of learning, late deceased in beggary. Well, that's some satire, keen and critical, not sorting with a nuptial ceremony. A tedious brief scene of young Pyramus and his love Thisbe, very tragical mirth. Merry and tragical, tedious and brief. Nice hot ice and wondrous strange snow. How shall we find the concord of this discord?
A play there is, my lord, some 10 words long, which is as brief as I have known a play. But by 10 words, my lord, it is too long, which makes it tedious. For in all the play there is not one word apt, one player fitted. And tragical, my noble lord, it is, for Pyramus therein doth kill himself, which when I saw rehearsed, I must confess, made mine eyes water. More merry tears the passion of loud laughter never shed.
What are they that do play it?
Hard-handed men that work in Athens here, which never laboured in their minds till now, and now have toiled their unbreathed memories with this same play against your nuptials.
And we will hear it.
No, no, my noble lord, it is not for you. I have heard it over, and it is nothing, nothing in the world, unless you can find sport in their intents, extremely stretched and conned with cruel pain to do you service.
I'll hear that play, for never anything can be amiss when simpleness and duty tender it. Go, bring them in.
I love not to see wretchedness so charged and duty in his service perishing.
Why, gentle sweet, you shall see no such thing.
He says they can do nothing in this kind.
The kind are we to give them thank. Our sport shall be to take what they mistake. What poor duty cannot do, noble respect takes it in might, not merit.
So please your grace, the prologue is addressed.
Let them approach.
If we offend, it is with our good will. That you should think. We come not to offend, but with good will. To show our simple skill, that is the true beginning of our end. The actors are at hand, and by their show you shall know all that you are like to know.
This lady doth not stand upon points.
She hath rid her prologue like a rough cot. A good moral, my lady. It is not enough to speak, but speak true.
She hath played on her prologue like a child on a recorder. Her speech was like a tangled chain, nothing impaired, but all disordered.
Who is next?
Gentles, perchance you wonder at this show, but wonder on till truth make all things plain. This man is Pyramus, if you would know. This beauteous lady, Thisbe, is certain. This man with lime and rough cast doth present Wall, that vile Wall which did these lovers sunder. This man with lantern, dog, and bush of thorn presenteth Moonshine, for if you will know, by moonshine did these lovers think no scorn to meet at Ninus' tomb, there to woo. This grisly beast, which Lion hight by name, the trusty Thisbe, coming first by night, did scare away, or rather did affright. And as she fled, her mantle she did fall, which Lion, vile with bloody mouth, did stain. Anon comes Pyramus, sweet youth and tall, and finds his trusty Thisbe's mantle slain. Whereat, with blade, with bloody, blameful blade, he bravely broached his boiling, bloody breast, and Thisbe, tarrying in mulberry shade, his dagger drew and died. For all the rest, let Lion, Moonshine, Wall, and lovers twain at large discourse, while here they do remain.
I wonder if the lion be to speak.
In this same interlude it doth befall that I, one Snout by name, present a wall, and such a wall as I would have you think, that had in it a crannied hole or chink, through which the lovers, Pyramus and Thisbe, did whisper often very secretly. This loam, this rough cast, and this stone doth show that I am that same wall. The truth is so, and this the crannies right and sinister, through which the fearful lovers are to whisper.
Would you desire lime and hair to speak better?
It is the wittiest partition that ever I heard discourse, my lord.
Oh, Pyramus draws near the wall. Silence.
Oh, grim look night, oh night with hue so black, oh night whichever art when day is not. Oh wall, oh sweet, oh lovely wall, thou standest between her father's ground and mine. Show me thy chink to blink through with mine eyne. But what see I? No Thisbe do I see, oh wicked wall, through whom I see no bliss.
The wall, methinks being sensible, should curse again.
No, sir, in truth he should not. See, no bliss is Thisbe's cue. She is to enter now, and I am to spy her through the wall. You shall see, yonder she comes.
Wall, full often hast thou heard my moans for parting my fair Pyramus and me. My cherry lips have often kissed thy stones.
I see a wall. Now I will to the chink, to spy, and can I hear my Thisbe's voice? Thisbe!
My love! Thou art my love, I think.
Think what thou wilt. I am thy lover's grace. Wilt thou at Ninny's too?
Yes.
Meet me straight away.
Tide life, tide death, I come without delay.
Thus have I, wall, my part discharged so, and, being done, thus wall away doth go.
How is the mule down between the two neighbours?
This is the silliest stuff that ever I heard.
The best in this kind are but shadows. The worst are no worse. For imagination to mend them.
Must be your imagination then, and not theirs.
If we imagine no worse of them than they of themselves, they may pass for excellent men. Here come two noble beasts in, a man and a lion.
You ladies, you, whose gentle hearts do fear, the smallest monstrous mouse that creeps upon the floor, may now perchance both quake and tremble here. When lion rough in wildest rage doth roar, then know that I, one snug the joiner, am a lion fell, nor else no lion's dam. For if I should as lion come in strife into this place, 'twere pity on my life.
A very gentle beast, of a good conscience.
The very best at a beast, my lord, that e'er I saw.
Oh, let us listen to the moon.
This lantern doth the horned moon present.
He should have worn the horns on his head.
This lantern doth the horned moon present. Myself, the man in the moon, do seem to be.
This is the greatest error of all the rest. The man should be put into the lantern. How is it else the man in the moon?
He dares not come there for the candle, for, you see, it is already in snuff.
I am aweary of this moon, what he would change.
Proceed, moon.
All that I have to say is to tell you that the lantern is the moon, I, the man in the moon, this thorn bush, my thorn bush, and this dog, my dog.
Why, all these should be in the lantern, for all these are in the moon.
But silence, here comes Thisbe.
This is old Ninny's tomb. But where is my love?
Well roared, lion.
Well run, Thisbe.
Well shone moon. Truly the moon shines with a good grace.
Well boast, lion.
And then came Pyramus.
Sweet moon, I thank thee for thy sunny beams. I thank thee, moon, for shining now so bright. For by thy gracious golden glittering gleams, I trust to take of truest Thisbe's sight. But stay, O spite, but mark, poor knight, what dreadful dole is here. Eyes do you see? How can it be? Thy mantle good. What? Stained with blood.
Beshrew my heart, but I pity the man.
Oh, wherefore nature did the lions frame, since lion vile had which is, oh no, which was the fairest dame that lived, that loved, that liked, that looked with cheer. Come tears confound, outsought and wound the pap of Pyramus, I that left pap where the heart doth up. Thus die I, my soul is in the sky. Tongue, lose thy light. Moon, take thy flight. Now die, die, die.
No die, but an ace for him, for he is but one.
How chance moonshine is gone before Thisbe comes back and finds her lover.
She will find him by starlight. Here she comes, and her passion ends.
I hope she will be brief.
She hath spied him already with those sweet eyes.
Sleep, my love? What? Dead, my dove? Oh, Pyramus, arise! Speak! Speak! Quite dumb. Dead. Dead. A tomb must cover thy sweet eyes. These my lips, this cherry nose, these yellow cowslip cheeks are gone, are gone. Oh, sisters three, come to me. With hands as pale as milk, lay them in gore, since you are sure with shears his thread of silk. Tongue, not a word. Come, trusty sword. Come, blade, my breast imbue. And farewell, friends. Thus Thisbe ends. Adieu, adieu, adieu.
Moonshine and Lion are left to bury the dead.
Aye, and Wall too.
Will it please you to see the epilogue?
No epilogue, I pray you. Your play needs no excuse. Never excuse, for when the players are all dead, there need none to be blamed. A fine tragedy, so it is, truly, and very notably discharged. The iron tongue of midnight hath told 12. Lovers to bed, it's almost fairy time. I fear we shall outsleep the coming morn, as much as we this night have overwatched. This palpable gross play hath well beguiled heavy gate of night. Sweet friends, to bed. A fortnight hold we this solemnity, in nightly revels and new jollity.
Now the hungry lion roars, and the wolf beholds the moon, and we fairies that do run from the presence of the sun, now are frolic. Not a mouse shall disturb this hallowed house.
Now until the break of day, through this house each fairy stray. To the best bride bed will we, which by us shall blessed be, and the issue there create, ever shall be fortunate.
So shall all the couples three ever true in loving be. Trip away, make no stay, meet me all by break of day.
If we shadows have offended, think but this, and all is mended, that you have but slumbered here while these visions did appear, And this week, an idle theme, no more yielding, but a dream. Gentles, do not reprehend. If you pardon, we will mend, and, as I am an honest puck, if we have unearned luck now to escape the serpent's tongue, we'll make amends ere long, else the puck a liar call. So good night, and to you all. Give me your hands if we be friends, and Robin shall restore amends.